Welcome back to group call. All right. Uh, Tuesday. All right, coming off overnight. So we know all this is like the accumulation that we have, right? So when Asia opened, or New York when we reversed New York PM after we took out all-time highs, uh, we went lower. We dumped, but along the way we left accumulation here, here, and we started to reaccumulate here. Price rebounds on the left from the order blocks gave us nice internal manipulation, displacement away, very clean, nice market structure shift away from that low. So it's signifying that like, okay, we're going from bearish to bullish. Cool. From here, obviously you have your order block. If you want to like, this is like the 5 minute. So boom, boom, right here. You can see price rebounds into it, displaced away from it, very nicely, very nicely. But if you want to count like this 11:35 wick as like the order block, even this candle that at 12:35 a.m. I don't know what it was, but when it rebalanced, it tapped back into the order block. Then we started displacing away. Nice clean displacement candles. Then price started to slow down from like here, so you could tell this is all like again accumulation. So when 9:30 opens, obviously we're looking to long because we have low of day been set. We're trading away from it. Nice displacement. London open and accumulated as well, but we're still bullish overall. So if you want to see what price will do, you're just waiting for the accumulation to get taken out. So when price came back finally and it took all of it out at 940, which is a perfect time, as you guys can see. Very good. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, still good. Price took out all the accumulation at 941. But before that, at 930, we had nice total manipulation up here. We didn't take out that high, so from 930, if you base the shorts off that manipulation, it was still valid. We have the SIBI at 930, price rebalancing inside of it, then displacing away. So if you took a short, this was like valid right here. Obviously, TPs to the accumulation, this would have been like the last DOL you have. And price legit took everything out to the perfect tick. Yeah. So like, if you took shorts, TPs are on these lows on the left right here. Other than that, I wouldn't really try to TP down here because there's not much any accumulation. This candle that like wicked in was kind of like a manipulation as well. So there's literally not much accumulation around it. This was like where all the accumulation started to happen at 1247 and onward. So this legit is the last low of accumulation. So if you took a short targeting those lows, valid. If you took a short trying to target past it, invalid. Rethink. We're bullish, so after price made the manipulation that we needed, immediately displacement up and reversing. So SIBI gets inverse, nice displacement up, as well as the order block right here. If you want to mark it out, boom. Price was tapped into it, displaced away. First long you'd have taken was right here at 943. Stop loss at the rebalance. Boom. TP, first internal, or 121. Boom. There we go. So that was good. So that was the long you've taken at 940. And then other than that, just legit continue longing. Obviously, you guys can tell if long is valid or not. Rebalance, displacement, very nice. Even after price took out this high on the left, but it edged the other high, it just gave us enough fuel to give us another rebalance to then displace up. Again, remember, how do I know a rebalance DRD is like valid to hold? Look at the displacement candle after the rebalance. This one entirely got eaten up in one candle. Boom. So like you can tell it's valid. The reaction is very nice. Stop loss below it. TP 121 or DOLs to the left. If you were being safe, this would have been like right here. All this accumulation would have been a safe CP. And then obviously the rest of the accumulation up there. And yeah, that was the lines that you could have taken. Again, price comes back 1028. We edged this low. 1028. Let me look at yes. No, yeah, no SFC. So we just edged that low. We trade away from it, and it is fine either way. How do I know price not gonna take out this low? Looking at the reaction, CBs get inverse, nice displacement up, and this would have confirmed it after price started displacing past that high. Then you could look to take longs here. again, stop loss below it or below the right here, this rebalance. And again, TP121 or back up to the internal high. So that was Tuesday. It was quite a simple, easy day to just long. Now coming into today, after price pumped away, we set in the highs. Asia opens, we dump lower. Asia gave us the small internal manipulation, okay, to, you know, give us the fuel to run lower. Price takes out the slow. Cool. Nice. Immediately displacement up. But after price displaced up within 2 candles, as you guys can see, all of this is liquidity. So we can't really long, we can't really short until one of the sides gets taken out, either the very bottom or the very top. So when 9:30 opened, we manipulated higher. That was the manipulation for us to run short. Boom, boom. Again, for us to there you go. Boom, boom, boom. Very, very clean. As you guys see, nice manipulation from up there. Let me look at ES. Did ES give us SMT? And we had nice SMT as well. So very, very clean. SMT, turtle soup, clean manipulation to run us lower to take out all this accumulation. Obviously this low is not going to hold. Why? Because the accumulation that happened after it. If this low was valid, we would have displacement up. London would even give us continuations back up, like either a remanipulation, like internal manipulation, or an SMT to then continue back up. But the fact that we just kept ranging and accumulating told us that this low is going to get taken out again. All right. After that, immediately 9:30 we pumped up, nice manipulation, displacement lower. After we started displacing, Missy gets inversed. Cool. That was like the first entry. If you were really like convicted in it, you could have entered there. If you were patient and waited, 9:34, as you see price continue displacing below this low, you would know we are not going to look to stop. A lot of accumulation, so price is going to look to rip down. So if you entered here, it's fine. Stop loss above the SIBI and TP 121 or this internal low if you want to be in and out fast. But realistically, you had all this liquidity below you to target depending on where you entered. So that was the first short. Second short, after price displaced below this low, you wait for another candle to open. Okay, here it was valid. Why? Because we haven't taken out these lows. Okay, this can serve as like internal manipulation if you want to keep ranging. All right, so price can legit do what it did here, where price just gave us this internal manipulation, continued ranging. Here you have to stay patient. You have to wait for another candle. All right, so this candle opened, you see it slow down. We had like 4 candles in a row straight dump. Like we just dumped 130 points, 113 points within 3 minutes. So expect a rebalance, expect a retracement. All right, especially if we are looking at the current range from the manipulation to this low. Boom, boom. Expect at least a rebalance inside of the range. All right, and the perfect one to look at was the SIBI right here from which was the fattest 50-point SIBI at 9:34 that displaced us below these lows. Wait to see what price does here. All right, price is way too far stretched out for you to look to take DRD. Okay, and we are getting near the DOO, so be patient, sit on your hands right now. All right, price rebalances. Cool, you see CB gets inverse, but like that doesn't confirm we get along. We still have a lot of accumulation to the left of us. Like this low has not been taken out, so why are you looking to long when we just took out a partial of it? It doesn't make sense. Okay, so ignore the CB inverse because it does not matter. All right, the narrative and bias right now is bearish. We're bearish. We're looking for bearish setups. Okay, if this CB gets inverse right here, the 9:34, then like okay, cool. Then you could look for longs, you know, DRD, whatever. But like here, this is just insignificant. Doesn't matter to us right now. Price rebounds back inside the CB, and at the same time, it rebounces back inside this entire range. Very nicely, CE of it. After that, what do you see? Price immediately starts displacing, but no candle closure. So you're still sitting on your hands to confirm that we're going to go lower. Again, another candle opens, but we never really displace above that bullish candle, nor we displace down, so you're still sitting on your hands. Then after price fully displaces at 9:42, then you can look to short. So after price displaces past that candle with the body, you can look to enter, stop loss above the high or above the CIBI. And again, TP either 121 or the draws on the left. From here, you can look to target lower. After you see price immediately displace through that low, you know we're going to look to go lower, especially down here. Why? Because it did not slow down, right? Here, it slowed down to give us a rebalance. Here, it did not slow down after it took out all the accumulation, which is telling you that, okay, price is looking to go lower. All right. So, again, first deal you could look at and see is that one right here at 7:25 p.m. from Asia. So current Asia lows, you can target that. That was like the first DLO. Again, after that, price displacing through, we get a rebalance and displacement in the same candle. So another long you have gotten here, which was valid as well. Again, TP121 in and out, which was fine. And after all of that, what is that on the left? Yeah, legit nothing. After, let me go on the 5 minutes so you can see it better. Boom, boom, boom. Very nice. Cool. So price took out everything here. Very, very nice. It took out all these lows on the left that price did not take out from yesterday, where price didn't make an SFT or a turtle swoop right here to go all out. And we even took out this 5 minute low right here, which, yeah, it's fine, I guess. Very, very nice. Let me check it. Yes, give me 1 second. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yo, ES straight up dumps. Holy. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Same time as that low gets taken out on NQ. ES was already down there. It took out all these relative equal lows you guys were complaining about right here. So it took it all out. So you have a fat SMT and internal manipulation. So longs were now in play. Bias gets flipped. Nice displacement up. CB gets inversed. Alright. Another CB gets inversed. So order block was just made right from this SFT and manipulation to the little tick. So if you were to looking for longs, like right here was still valid. Again, entering TP121 or first internal high, which would have been up there realistically, which price did take out. Boom, boom. There you go. And if you're ready for a rebalance back inside this order block, which came about here, price came back, tapped inside the order block, displaced away. Here, CB doesn't matter if CB gets inversed or not. I mean the BISI, because we were bullish, so we're looking to see what price is doing at the bullish order block. If price fails it and it slows down here, you know we're going to continue being bearish. If it gives us a nice reaction displacement up, inversing these CBs that are like signifying that we're bullish, then you can look to long. So again, price can still rebalance. It's still valid to rebalance because we just made this order block manipulation, so it can displace away, come back, tap into it, then displace again. Nice rebalance, cool. After that, nice displacement up, even candle closure displacement past that high, and CB almost gets inversed. So if you long up here, even at the candle closure or as the candle was displacing up, stop loss below the rebalance inside the order block, and TP121 or the first internal high, which would have been 150 points if you did hold it, which would have been valid. That was that trade. Again, we get another rebalance displacement up, so another entry right here, stop loss at the rebalance. Again, TP121 or you hold to the first internal high, which would have been again 100 points right there. Another rebalance, no displacement up, so we're just waiting on that. You get nice candle closure displacement up right here past this high or where the rebalance happened, so it was valid to long here because this candle got immediately flipped, which is signifying that we're bullish. Stop loss at that low, rebalance, TP at the high, and yeah, that was that. After that, again, continuations, whatnot. Price continued to range. We're edging that high, so if price is gonna look to manipulate, we're probably gonna look to reverse because price is slowing down, and you don't want to see price slow down near a high, especially like an internal high. So, damn, 10:43. We pump up very nicely right before 10:45 macro. Turtle swoop, and on ES we even have SMT. So nice SMT and turtle swoop, which would make a nice order block right here. Price displaces away at 10:44, displacing below these lows. You could look at it as like a turtle manipulation if you're still with the bias, like the long bias. But for you to confirm that we're longing, candle closure displacement past the CB, that would confirm it. Okay, until then, the bias and narrative could be flipped here because we have a turtle manipulation, SMT, turtle swoop, displacement lower. All right, so sit on your hands and see. Price rebounds inside the order block. We continue displacing lower. The BISI gets inversed. Cool. And we have nice market structure shift. So if that convinced you, you could enter here. Stop loss either above the SIBI or the order block. And you're TPing either 121 or low hanging fruit on the left, which would have been like right here. And right here on the left. And you even had these small internals, but we'll get into that. Price rebalances, displaces lower. If you were to enter here, again, stop loss at the high, first internal low, boom, boom, which would have been a 1-to-1 pretty much. But I don't like how price slowed down here, and it reversed, which we can't really complain about that because we're bullish and bearish. So we legit have bearish internal manipulation, bullish internal manipulation. So when we're internal, or when we're having internal manipulations and we're ranging, internal to internal. So again, internal manipulation, SIBI gets inversed, you can long, which is not wrong, right? Stop loss at that low. Again, TP 1-to-1 or the first internal high that you can see, which would have been like right here. And yeah, that would have been like 1-to-1. After that, again, price just rebalances, gives us another internal manipulation right here. Displacement away. Rebalancing, displacing away. Another rebalance, another displacement. So a lot of rebalancing and displacing. Again, finally, price displaces below these lows. You can enter shorts here. First internal low or TP at 1-to-1. Realistically, later in the day, you don't really want to hold your trades for any longer because when we're ranging like this, it's best to go for 1-to-1 or in and out at like the first internal you see. So don't look to try to hold your trade for any longer than that. Price edges this low, gives us a reaction that also gave us a rebalance, but we never really displaced past this high, so we're not really longing. We're still bearish. BISI gets inversed. Sure, you could have shorted there as well. And TP back to this internal low. Why? Because we're still bearish. Price did not really take out this high, which is signifying this high is very nice and protected right now. So we can trade away from it. After that, price rebounds again inside the SIBI. So that was like another short you could have taken right here after it rebalanced and displaced lower right here. As price was displacing lower, you could have entered. Again, TP 1-to-1 or the first internal low, which would have been right here or right here. 40 points either way, which was still fine. Again, chop, accumulation. This low gets taken out. Price rebounds again back inside this order block. Gives us another internal manipulation. And from there, we just displace up, rip. Another rebound inside this order block. And more displacement. Yeah, that was today. Looking at ES though, I don't know about longs because if you look at ES is looking weak. But we have all this accumulation up here. Price edge these highs. Accumulation right here below us. So this could be a DOO on ES. ES is already too far stretched out. NQ is also looking weird. So yeah, I'd be careful tomorrow because tomorrow I wouldn't be surprised if we just ranged. Because NQ is going higher while ES is just ranging lower. All right. Any questions? Almost gone. When pairs are uncorrelated like that, does it cause low probable? Yeah. Was 940 a bad entry candle? Candle close order last 15 seconds. 940. If you entered at 940 as it was displacing lower, as long as you had your stop loss in the protected area, then you're fine. I'm comfortable trading rebounds into order block after minip in PXH PXL plus a turtle for continuation. Should I just stick with that? Because sometimes I see DRD, but I hesitate. It's probably doing, or damn. Just hesitate, probably trying to do too much. Take whatever you're comfortable with, bro. Like, I can tell you to just force one entry, but like you're not really comfortable with that. So take whatever you like and whatever you see that makes sense. You're not really restricted by anything. Allows today is okay. I feel bad that I made a very simple mistake. Wrong bias. It's fine. MNQ wick stopped me out. NQ didn't work out. Yeah, it's unfortunate. MNQ and NQ is just like two different pairs, bro. Let's get into the trades from yesterday. I entered because we received the low displace and disrespected Sibi, but I penetrated again because you was bearish. Yeah, bias and narrative were bearish. Entry wise, you're thinking we're bullish. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't really displace up. We're still inside this candle. We're still inside the Sibi. If the candle displaced past that high, the wick high of it, then okay, that makes sense. But we still haven't displaced much, river. So be more patient. Wait like a couple of more minutes. Got taken out of B. I was targeting 1-to-1 past the draw. Price took the draw and started acting funny, so I chilled to B, then price hit B, then I went to TP. I should have just targeted the first draw, even though the RR was negative on me today. I should have executed at 932 DRD, and RR would have been fine. I mean, either way, bro, like, you were targeting how much more points extra. Like, does it really matter? Just target the draw, be in and out fast, okay? And if you're going to target extra, you have to accept the outcome. So you can't really just immediately chair to break even. Price can still rebound and displace away. So, Quentin, that was on you, bro. Today's trade, June 2nd, Turkski, Sibi disrespect, or Bissy disrespect, rebounds into Sibi candle, displacement candle, enter, target 30 points. Yep, valid. And Monday's trade, term inflation, Bissy disrespect, displacement up, rebounds displacement, enter the displacement, rebalance, and TP at that high. Very, very good. To be honest, felt super unconfident in this price action, so just lowered to 3 micros and got a winning day. Yeah, Apollo. Still valid overall. Good. Yeah. Valid. Slur. Same thing. Manipulation. Busy disrespect. Rebalance. Displacement lower. TP turtle low. Valid as well. Bullish narrative. Turtle soup with London low. Sibi disrespect with order black targeting first and turtle high. 1-to-1. Yep. Very, very clean. Good. Good job there. 15-minute AMD, also small one AMD, in order black to fill accumulation highs. I wanted to hold to that accumulation highs by not being greedy and taking what I need. Very, very good. Good TP as well, Corb. Good job. SMT rebounds on higher time frame and bullish bias entry trigger target 15-minute internal high. Yeah, Civic is inverse. He waited for that long. Yep. Yeah, it's valid. I just be careful, Noor. At the top of the range when we're in too much into premium, especially when we longed a lot, like a lot of bullish candles back to back to back with no like bearish candle or rebalance. Price might give us a rebalance, you know, like a deep one, like back into the range. But overall, it's still a good trade. It's fine. We dumped so heavy, but we hit an internal DOL, then another low that wasn't really significant, but marked it out, and then price started to reverse, started seeing a bullish confirmation, and waited for an entry trigger. Displacement while targeting the DOL. No emotion, good. Yeah, long is valid. Stop loss below the order black rebounds. TP at that first internal high. Good. Very, very good. Simply came into manipulation high time for 15-minute busy, in which we also had a turtle manip. One of my 2 entries, order block plus rebounds displacement, has appeared. I took it to my promise 1 to negative 1.5. Was able to hit TP. This entry is what caused me to rip payouts, and that's what I started to stray away from. So I'm going to continue ripping that entry with narrative along with busy, severe disrespect. So nice day. This promise of 1 to 1.5 is helping me with greed, keeping the jogging pace. Yeah, very valid and good. Yeah. Sit and watch price run past your TP. Always, always, always. If you have a problem with greed, sit there, put a respectable TP. Don't touch your computer. Lock out and just watch price rip and just accept it. Because the person that holds that very high is not the current you. And you have to work on that. Okay? Once you work on that and you get past that burden in that wall, you're able to target whatever makes sense and you're able to hold without fear. So until then, accept the outcome. Went short today was garbage because I hesitated because they had a 15-minute internal low and busy. However, looked like trend on liquidity. Can you check the DM about my question there? I really like shorts. Was the trade even valid? Yeah. From here to up there, yeah. But here, this is a valid manipulation area. Here we had nice displacement up. So this is where the accumulation started. More displacement, new accumulation, and then a lot of accumulation. So yes, all of this right here is accumulation, but not that low right there. Yep, valid. Still valid. Good. Was targeting lower but trailed stop aggressively, got trailed out as I knew price was permissible to reverse off that draw. You had a good trade, especially your entry stop loss was in a protected area. After price rebounds back inside that order block, you could see we were displacing away. So you don't really need to trail aggressively. Just minimize your risk by like putting a stop loss up above the rebalance or above the SIBI and hold it, you know. Just a late trade, nothing really happening here. Entering off of DRD plus SIBI respect, anticipating the high to get revisited. Rebalance. Yeah, it's a bit late, I can't lie. Try to enter a bit sooner here where we had the actual manipulation rebalance where this wick came down, manipulated, displaced up, we come back, we rebalance inside the wick. But even the wick looks a bit weird because like we dug in too deep, so I would be careful. But if you were looking for longs, it was here after the SIBI got disrespected. Because the longer you wait all the way up here, bro, the less and less probable it will be. Like price can legit react off anything. It could still even respect that high and then dump. High time frame, I was bullish. We were in a super bullish order flow. We retraced a lot back down. We then have a nice leg up. We then rebalance. We get SIBI respect long for 1-to-1. Yeah. So legit AP same as Rayon trade, but like he waited for a rebalance because like all this chop and accumulation, he knew not to get faked out by it. So nice rebalance and total manipulation inside the small gap, which was still valid. SIBI gets respected, then he looked to long. So AP, wait for price to manipulate, especially when we have big legs up and we leave behind a lot of wicks. These will always get taken out, alright, and be patient on that. Don't think price will run without you. All reason for entry on the chart, I should have stopped the entry on the first SIBI respect though. Yeah. And here, even after the second one right here. I mean, this was the internal manip right here we had. SIBI disrespect, then displacement up past it. Entering here before the candle even closes is like too premature as well. You know what I'm saying? Stop loss is a bit too wide as well, like negative RR. It should be below the BISI since you're entering on the BISI. You're not entering like on the manipulation leg. But overall, good TP, so I guess that worked out. Later on the entry, but I was still confident the highs getting met, so I held. Yeah, much better. SSL is a bit too big, just drag it below here. After price continues displacing up, then you can look to de-risk back into this rebalance. Overall, good. Good job. Then 40 continuation to random high set in, 5-minute BISI, 5-minute SIBI, disrespect, nice structure built for longs. Good entry, stop loss is a bit too wide. After price displaces away, look to de-risk either back inside or under the BISI that you entered on, or this rebalance. But overall, still a good trade. And I know why you want to put your stop loss below that, just in case price does rebalance again. We had a rebalance to PXH, failed SFT and minute multiple times at the highs. Also, SIBI disrespect, so longed. Yeah. Same entry as Cypher, stop loss, same thing. TP at the high. Yeah. Good. Minute, SIBI disrespect. Draco. Yep, same thing. Valid. Multiple manipulations afterwards with failure to displace higher, so or invalidate any SIBIs. We then get a strong displacement to the downside, rebalance this more displacement. Best setup for considerations 1-to-1. I took a second trade, risking the profit from the first because my max sizing only allowed me to risk about half of what I intended on. After my first TP got hit, we swept that liquidity level and then invalidated 5-minute SIBI, presented DRD setup on the 1 minute simultaneously, was able to target the 1 minute internal high. 5-minute giving us a setup allowed me to be very confident to take this trade. Worst case scenario, BE, best case up to R. Simple day. Yeah, good short. Even though it was a little bit late, but it's still fine nonetheless. We had like some small internal manip displacement, TP to that internal low, which was good. and nice DRD back up. Very good. Very good job on capitalizing on that day. 5 minutes outside sweep, see with respect, target the tournament high, so put the APM session never fills me, locked out. Yeah, very good. I'm gonna let Salmon answer that, but if you want me to answer, you can just resend that. I got you. Entry after 5 minute inverse, stop set, displays the CTP at high, which was also 1-1. Yeah, I mean, it works. It works. He's waiting on the second candle for displacement when the reversal idea is based off accumulation getting swept and not super clean DOL. A good fix. Yeah, wait another candle or two. Here we're still bearish. We still have more liquidity to the left of us to take out. You might not see it, but trust me, there's still more up there on the left, Pedro, which was right here, right? It's not wrong to think that, okay, this is where the accumulation started, but if you look, this was also chopped at price and not really do much with it. So, yeah. Unfortunate, though. You had the right idea, but just wrong timing. Asia traded from multiple high rebounds in order black respect, chopped in London, New York copy maybe reflect the London chop, made closer, put the wick below chop. After the mid-fray and macro, we pushed with all-time highs, rebalance, had equals at 10:10, 10:30, we dug down, made order black, printed up BSC that we expected. First trade was a forward test, entry was at the displacement of Mississippi. To the left, stops at the CE up below. Second trade was on evals, respected the BSC below and the retest. We're all wicking, so enter on the push up after the wicks, after some displacement with stops to be to protect our capital since prices moving a little slow. Actually, like my forward test because that's close to the minute and it has a higher chance of working out and delivers more often. Yeah. Yes. Here, entry is a bit too late. Price started to slow down and started wicking. The second you see that, be patient, sit on your hands, wait a couple of more minutes, okay? Which, if you did, you would have gotten this total manipulation, which you would have been able to enter on this leg after we reversed the CB, giving you a much cleaner entry, and you wouldn't really have to risk anything. You know, here you're in drawdown for most of the time. You know what I'm saying? And then after price finally starts being bullish, you're waiting for your TP to get edged, and like you're waiting for like 10+ minutes. You know, it's just so annoying. Being a drawdown for like 5 minutes plus, then your TP is getting edged and price is doing too much. It's so annoying. So be more patient and try to enter after the manipulation happens and like the confirmation. Keem today, shorts, basically disrespect, manipulation on the left, SMT, turtle soup. Valid, yes. That's also valid. Entered, you have external manipulation and CB disrespect, but I pattern traded again. Yes, bro. You're pattern trading the CB disrespect too much, bro. The narrative is still bearish. We're still bearish. We have everything. Price can still rebound. So we dumped 100+ points in 3 minutes. Expect price to rebound something, okay? And we still have more accumulation below, so we didn't even take out all of it. Risked way too much. That's both my wins this week. I think this didn't play out because of the mid, maybe. Yeah, it didn't play out because you penetrated the CB disrespect. Also, on the left, way more accumulation. I'd always tell you, I'm not longing. Like here, I'm not looking to long until the entirety of it is like taken out. Like here, as you could see, even if you waited till all of it gets taken out, you would see you have no CB disrespect. So like nothing to validate your longs. Here, we just took out a partial of it. Like, what's so significant about this low when we have more accumulation below it on the left? Nothing. All of this is accumulation, bro. Zoom out and look. Stop tunnel visioning on just one PD array. Was looking for possible reversal at the low on the right with the S taking it out, but wasn't given a nice immediate reaction and started pushing it even lower, so that gave me confidence and that it wasn't going to hold. Yeah, that's smart as well. Missy gets inverse, you had to run the Missy inverse, displace it below, stop loss above the high, TP, very nice. Price was still bearish. How can I avoid taking these reversals? By understanding we're only going to reverse if price takes out all the liquidity that is there. So all the accumulation has not been taken out, so it's not going to look to reverse. It's going to give a rebalance because it took out a partial of it. This is not the first day it did this. Last week it did that too, and I went over it. Don't long until you see the entirety of it gets taken out. Then you look for confirmation. CB disrespect, DRD, more displacement away. Yeah, same thing. I got wicked out today. I entered on the candle in the last 15 seconds. It was displacing nicely. I closed my laptop, backed away. I would have probably re-entered if I didn't. My nervous reversals were off all-time highs because we had so much low risk and liquidity below us, and also Asia Low's delivery was kind of buns, and the reaction was strong, so I anticipated shorts off the manip, but I missed my entry, so I waited for a continuation based short. We got that, and I entered as we started displacing through the BSC, but I didn't see how bad it closed and got instantly stopped out. Yeah, unfortunate they got wicked out. It was only on MEQ, I think, but unfortunate. Overall, good bias and good read on the day. Completely avoidable, missed optimal entries, but stayed on the charts, even though I've been getting off recently if I miss optimal entries, so this is on me. Because it caused me to force something. Here, again, Plu, we're bearish, yes, but price started to reverse. We took out all the accumulation. ES took out previous day lows as well. And you see multiple CVs getting disrespected. We get a rebound even back inside the order block, and we even get more displacement away. So like just seeing one bearish candle doesn't confirm anything. Like we didn't even rebound back inside the CB for you to even like based off your shorts. So these shorts, I can't lie, look like FOMO and like gambling to me. You know, they don't make sense. There's nothing to short here. Like nothing to base your short off of. We finished shorting, we finished dumping. Price has to reverse, and we're building bullish structure here. Coming today, I was bullish higher time frame market open. We take out all time highs to dump. We take a draw, so we respect. Longs off that, targeting 1-1. Reason this loss was most likely because we created a relatively equal lows. Since this trade number 2, since the BC didn't hold, I knew longs I was in were gonna play, so I reversed my position. Off that, BC respect, targeting a 1-1. Since I was now break even on the day, I was open to another entry. Price came all the way down. We took out DOL, created sort of bullish sub C. We got nice CB respect, targeting 1-1. Yeah, first trade again, more accumulation below us that price has to take out. So that's why it didn't work out. Second trade, you just reverse the position, so I guess that's fine. And the long here made sense. Yeah, the long here was better than this long because here we finished taking out all the accumulation below us. We even took out a nice DOL, which was Asia lows. And then we had nice big SMC with the S. Stop loss below the rebalance in the order block. Case price rebalances. TP 1-1. Yeah, it works out. Abdur forward test 1040. Total manipulation. Rebalance to order block displacement away. TP. Totals on the left. Yeah, valid. Right at 10 a.m. minute, bunch of accumulation on higher time frame. Entered off order block in DRD. Price was reacting strongly bullish of taking out that low, targeting that rebalance high above. Shorts very clean, and then longs after the order block rebalance. TP at the internal high. Yep, very clean. Good job. Entry shorts clean as well. Longs clean as well. Stop loss after the order block rebalance. Very good. And yeah, good TP. Good shit. 2 short setups early in the session for taking my first trade, which lost. Not sure why I was hitting so much today, but it was a long night, so I didn't get much sleep. Woke up on time though. We ended up taking a continuation shorts, but they were just too late. Looking at NQ alone, the setup was alright, but we didn't have SMT with ES at the external low. We are still in all-time high conditions, which made that trade low probable roll. Last 500 on it, though my intent risk was 400 after observing price patiently. Accumulated the news expanded as higher. We then closed above the internal highs. I entered targeting the next buy side level with my stop below the rebalance. Candle, I closed my laptop just in case because I didn't want to get emotional if the second trade lost. Even though it was valid, came back to the chart after an hour or so. Our TP was hit. Only risked 4 micros or stuff on the second trade, but made close to 800, up around 0.6 on the day. Account is locked out. Yeah, first trade, way too late. After you see price rip so much, Brandon, legit, just leave it. You know, there's no point in really trying to catch like these continuations because like where else can price continue if ES has already dumped so much lower and we're making this fat bullish SMT? Like, is price not gonna reverse? Obviously it will. So but the longs after, they were good. After the order block rebalance, the placement up, you enter on that. CP at that internal high. Good. Very good. And the account up is still valid. Took this on the first eval that I had Did a trade excavate today, minute of all-time highs, like the way it displaced after taking out all-time highs with speed and efficiency. Sama busy inverted, targeted that 15-minute low. Entry. Very good. Clean. Good job, Zay. Was confused on shorts because ES had SMT with the accumulation on NQ, or else probably would have taken shorts first. However, first shorts are shorting all-time high, so I just waited. Oh, Lord of God. Yeah. Here, mid-if is still valid. We have SMT and total soup on NQ and ES SMT, which valid. Displacement lower, rebalance back inside the civvy. Displacement away. Nice entry as well, and good. Very, very good. Secure payout while I was at court. Very, very nice. Longs here. Too premature. Tonk. Way more accumulation to the left, bro. So just be careful on that next time. And then the longs right here. Good entry after everything got taken out. SMT and everything, all that. Stop loss with the lower block. Long and TP is valid as well. And good job. Congrats on the payout, twin. Was good, was good. I took longs at 1040 pre-firing the civil respect when the price was just really totally manipulated to continue to go lower. I realized my mistake, took one trade and only down 390 on the eval and funded. I'm not worried because I know this is just a test from God in the market, see how I will react to the loss. I'm spending my day with the friends in Philly. I'm feeling great and the loss didn't even phase me. The podcast is incredible, especially with my psych. Thanks for reading. Of course, yeah. It is what it is, bro. Even on an easy day, anybody can lose. Even I can lose on like an easy, simple day where like price can just dump or pump. It is what it is. Just continue about your day. 15-minute chart on the left would not be trendline accumulation because body's not wick, where the right picture would be correct. Just wondering how to identify trendline accumulation versus what's not. Here, we had actual displacement up, candles were really displacing. We even had a rebalance with this wick, so that's fine. Here, that's where price started to wick and started to slow down a lot. So this is where the trendline liquidity came in, like here. Here is still valid because we are coming off manipulation. This is displacement. This is accumulation. And here, all of this is accumulation. So yeah, it's pretty much where price legit just chops and slows down. Like if it goes up, down, sideways, if you see wicks and prices legit sticking next to each other, accumulation. Take this continuation based on price running lower, showing me bearish order flow coming to macro. From here, price then displaced past the first low. We then saw a nice rebalance into the CB and further displacement to the BSC, confirming to me price was looking to run lower. I should have held my OG stops here above the displacement at the rebalance. Price will not visit the whole rebalance. SFG, yup, clean. Stop, CB disrespect plus rebalance. Displacement plus CB disrespect, yup, very clean. You can ignore the CB disrespect because we're still bearish. We're not really looking to long here in this scenario when we have way more accumulation to the left and you have it marked out, obviously. So yeah, so good short though. Do we even use trendline accumulation? No, Salmon doesn't. It's just accumulation, you know, like it's just a trend where price accumulates. So a trend line and there's accumulation along the trend line. You know, think about all the retail traders that are like entering in the second price taps into it. 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 tap, 4 tap, 5 taps. They're all trying to long. And what happens when they try to long? They get cooked. Why did shorts at 937 for continuation not work out? Why did we need a bigger rebalance? We dumped 113 points in like 4 minutes. So price is going to look to rebalance in the range. Or at least into a PD array. Plus we have way more accumulation below us. We did not take out all of it. So that gave us a nice fake reaction to get people to long, which some of you guys did. So yeah, that's why. Good. Yeah, good shorts. And longs as well, they're valid as well. After price starts displacing lower, just immediately start de-risking back to that rebalance, you know? But overall, good trade, Lux. My fourth at best, that'll be good. Oh. Notice my mistakes. We were clearly bearish. Wanted to see a reversal that never happened. We just rebalanced higher. I closed early on the first trade. The second trade wanted to see a continuation towards all-time high, which didn't make sense. We tapped a DOL then displaced lower, disrespecting my entry. I noticed my mistakes. They make sense here. Yeah, nothing to confirm or longing. You have everything marked out, which makes no sense. Don't try to mark out unnecessary draws. All of it is liquidity. The only thing you need to mark out is just the bottom of the entirety of it. So all this is accumulation. I'm not really looking to long or reverse off any of these lows. Just I'm looking to look at the very, very low of it, of everything there. So, which, as you see, price took it out, but we continued to dumping. So that told me that we're gonna go lower. So then I could look for another DOL. Lungs, you're, yeah, a bit late, but yeah, way too late. I can't lie. Here, try to look to long here, not up here, because we're getting near that internal high. Price is slowing down a lot, so it can look to manipulate higher to go lower. So unfortunate. David, original entry, but then I got out because I forgot about PMI news. I mean, bro, you got manipulation everything, right? So you don't really need to worry about PMI. Overall, good trade for this one. I got out here because it was slowing down and I had to go to work. Yeah, very valid and good. Good. Second long is good. First long is good as well. So good job. Took the first trade off DRD, but price wanted to give a deep rebalance. Re-entered. Once we started expecting the bullish fair value gaps because I knew price was seeking to go lower. Yeah, here. Unfortunate DRD. Price rebalanced. After that, displaced lower. You enter. Good. Good. I took this on eval. Would you say it's valid, bro? Displacement past the draws. Rebounds and displacement in the same candle. Yeah, it's valid. Nothing wrong with it. I forgot about that. When we displace a bunch of points, it will be a continuation. 100 points to be exact, if I remember correctly, where you can be talking. I wouldn't really just specify on a point, because, bro, price could rebound at 60 points, 100 points, 200 points, 300 points. Like, I've seen it all. So, just react off what the market is doing. Don't try to predict it. Why does this manip not hold? Which manip? This one? Or if you talk about this one? If you talk about the one from Asia, it's because the accumulative reaction we had after it. That told you that it's not going to hold. And we had an opposite manipulation of it. So, we were bullish here, yes, but the accumulation made it invalid. So when price started to accumulate, we manipulated higher to send us lower. So this became a DOL to target, to like TP at, you know. Abdur, stop loss below T. Yeah, it's valid. It's valid. Over that. When I keep it the most simple and do the things I need to do, I keep winning, but I focus more on understanding it. Keep it simple, bro, and just try to win. Today's trade, Doomy, OGSL, yep, and good TP as well. Very good. Technicals previous cycle dumped and swept a low with no significance, made a low resistance run, and I was already thinking in my head, most likely we'll take out everything out or continue above the high. Once I saw the manipulation busy disrespect order block creation, I had bearish narrative. Also, price made zero manipulation all day. I expected Nero to seek and destroy. I waited on price to displace below a CE up bullish. Displacement candle with speed SL below. SL above. Recent rebounds for all the low resistance liquidity. Lower very clean. 1 to 5. Yeah, very clean, Doomy. Same legit. Same thought process as that. If you go about it any day, you can legit take these type of trades more often and you can target way more. So like keep going with these type of trades and like the stop process, you'll be able to target the full like accumulation range, you know, where you know. Can you answer? Yeah, resend it, I got you. I missed the first two trades at the first macro because I doubted myself by pulling the trigger and entered the short, so I entered some BS on the second macro. Bro, it's the second time it's happened to me in the last 2 weeks. How can I overcome this self-doubt? I was so pissed. If you doubted yourself, risk lower. No, like just de-risk your sizing and just take the trade. Even if it's like 1 or 2 micro, just take the trade, okay? Get that out of your system. All right? Don't hesitate and stuff like that, you know? Because you're only hesitating because of the money. Like, oh, what if this doesn't work out? What if this doesn't work out? That's why you're hesitating. And here, nothing really too long because like you can see we are building bearish bias now. We have SFT and Turtle Soup at the high on the left that you have marked out. So you're able to spot that, which is good. And you see us displacing lower. We even have like market structure shift. So we went from creating bullish structure to now like flipping bearish. So entry wise, you might see this as total manipulation displacement up, but like I can't lie, just close it. The second you see price fail to displace past that high right here, the original candle displacement with this bearish, just close the trade. Bet that, bro, of course. I took this forward test because I've noticed when price is ready to run, it does the rebalance displacement candle in one. So I had to run to one. Yeah, still valid forward test. Consider my trades in their breakdowns and ask Adam later. Gotta write everything up. That's fine. Yeah. This was yesterday. SMT, order by rebalance, displacement lower. TP back into the CE of the wick. Yep. Valid. Both days are valid. How does scaling question? I wish the video came out today, so I reset about 200 accounts. Wanted to hear what I should do because I don't think I need to trade all these accounts. Right now, 3 lucid evals, 2,000 drawdown left, so they're fresh. 1 fresh, find the next eval untouched. I currently have 2 lucid XFAs, negative 400 with 1,650 drawdown. 1 2PT XFA, 400 plus 50 balance with 1,250 drawdown. 1 lucid XFA, 400 drawdown left, but it is positive balance. 1 fresh lucid XFA plus 330 balance with 2,000 drawdown. 1 fresh. The last 2 are 3 days away from our 3-day payout accounts. After watching the video, I thought it was probably smart to just not trade all these accounts, leave some untouched. I was wondering what accounts I should not trade and which ones I should. Should I leave the 3 evals untouched or leave out a couple XFAs and not trade them? All the XFAs that are in drawdown, trade them together, okay? And if you see a really good setup, full port it. Like, not full port it to the point where like you don't have nothing in the drawdown left, but like size up a little bit heavier. So like when you bank TP, you're gonna be making a lot more than usual. So you can easily get them out of drawdown, okay? And if it doesn't work out, it's fine. It's just like $400 drawdown left in the XFAs, so like it doesn't matter. You just move on to the next. So you have fresh XFAs. So if you do it with the XFAs that are in drawdown, right? If it works out good, then you could look to copy trade the other XFAs, the fresh ones with it, and then just risk normally, trade normally, okay? But if they blow the XFAs that are in drawdown, look to trade the fresh XFAs and the fresh evals together with like normal drawdown, okay? Or if you want to switch it up on like the days that like are less probable or like you're not really confident in taking a trade on the XFAs, or you're waiting for a really A+ setup, you could trade just the evals, the fresh ones. So yeah, so trade the drawdown XFAs that are in drawdown, and try to get them out of drawdown with like a nice setup and size it up pretty nicely. If they get out of drawdown, add the fresh XFAs onto that list and copy trade those. If they get blown, copy trade the evals, give them to XFAs, or copy trade the XFAs, the fresh ones, and build them up. S&P yesterday from the equal lows, then we rebounced the order block, had another internal inflation from it. Then during market open, we were in the middle of the range. Even though I wanted to see all those stacked lows get swept, I'm trading what makes sense, and it doesn't make sense to short middle of the range with all the bullish manipulation displacement we have. I wanted to see all-time high get manipulated, then maybe a reverse to take out all the accumulation stacked lows. With that being said, I faded 930 macro because of no entry trigger. I don't see a CB disrespect, but it was super high. It's a premium, and it was 950, so I faded. 1040, I see we rebound slower. And I run multiple CBs. But we were so high up, I went to see a rebalance, which then we had a SMC before to push us lower. The rebalance at the BC before having a CB disrespect. I longed to the turtle draw to take my account back to PE, and boom, TP hit. What do you think I missed about today? Reading PA in a higher time frame today. Let's see. Longs here, yeah, they were clean. You were only wrong about one thing, which is the 930 not having an entry trigger. 930 we had CB disrespect on the, BC disrespect on the left, where price started to dump lower, you know. But overall, this was still good. This is yesterday. I know this is today I'm speaking. But yeah, overall the lines are still good. Yeah, higher time frame and the narrative is all aligned. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, it's valid. It's valid. Thanks a lot, bro. Helps me out a lot. W. Of course. Alright. Any wrapping up questions? Because I just yapped for 55 minutes straight. Thanks, G-Love. Alright, bet. With that, let's wait for Band Up to type. Alright, bet. with that, then group calls reps. Love you guys.